Hey, Scrapbook friends, it's Nicole, and welcome to week 3 of Theme Park Thursday, Series 2. This week we are flying to California. So last week I showed you my daughter Katie who drove, and then this is us flying, and then we connect with her and to start our fun adventures. I ended up using a ton of border stickers on this layout. I don't usually use that many, but it worked, and I'm happy with how it turned out. I was able to get a whole lot of pictures on here, still have room to tell my story. And once again, I didn't put a title on the page. I'm kind of using this Let's Go as my title. Maybe Up and Away should have been my title because it's a little bit more prominent. But, yeah, I'm going to call it Let's Go. And it's, tells a story. I'm telling this story chronologically of our trip to Disneyland. And I really like how it turned out. And I hope you will too. So stay tuned to see how we got from a pile of photos to our finished layout. So here are the pictures of our travel to Disney, which is Katie had gotten there, last week's video, Katie got in there the day before, and then she picked us up at the airport and drove us in her car. There were 6 of us. Her car only sits 5, so Aubrey, I guess, had stayed back at the hotel. I need to decide what to do about these little Mickey Tsum Tsum Snapchat. I think it's Snapchat that Michelle did quite a bit of through our whole trip. Because it would be fun to kind of have these. It might be fun to do a separate little book, but I love that Michelle took these pictures and posted them to her little Snapchat story. So we have, these are just the pictures of our tickets. It's not as fun when you just get a printout from the military travel office. We obviously started early because we're eating breakfast in the Atlanta airport. This is Huntsville's airport. So if I start with this, last week I had this idea with these 2 little arrows, and I kind of still like that idea, except these are too tall. This one I cannot crop really at all. So all of these, I think I need to keep the same height. So I don't think I can do the arrows, but I think I do like still the idea of having like our pictures. I guess I could do arrows. I need to leave a place for some journaling. But this could be one layout. I could put these 2 together. And then this, and then put this in a separate, I think I want to put this in a separate block, like once we got there. Maybe I could just do, well, I have to journal. I could just do some little arrows here. I do think I'm going to keep all these little Mickey Tsum Tsums, and you'll see these all throughout the scrapbook. I just saw several of them. We combine all our photos together to so that I can have more pictures, always more pictures. Maybe I do circles right here. Actually, I'm looking at this going, oh, I like that shirt. I don't know where it is anymore. I should find it. It's very me. And I was thinking about using Passport to Adventure because it has some travel stuff in it. But now I'm kind of wondering, do I have an older travel kit? My goal with these albums a lot of times is to use up my old stuff. And Passport to Adventure is easy because I have it. The colors kind of match, the blues and the greens. But let me see what other travel collections I might have in my stash. Well, so now we come to the part of the week, which I think may happen every week, where I have to admit that my scrapbook room is in so much chaos, I can't find anything. I thought that all of my paper packs were arranged alphabetically and or by theme. I need to have just a bin that's just my travel. I know that I have some Gallivant left. I know I've got some Wanderlust left. I don't know where it is. So I guess we're using Passport to Adventure because I know where this one is. And I have all the pieces, so that's always nice when I have all the stickers and the embellishments. And like I say, the colors match, you know, with the pictures that I have. So I do think I'm doing something with 2 rows and then this as like a block at the end. I kind of like these tags. Oh, but I love this water paper, and so it's so hard to use one side when I love the other side. I don't love this side with departures and whatever, and apparently I used it for something else. I do like the stripe, and these two are kind of I love this one for mats, but apparently I've got multiple packs of this in here, right? We did it for Savvy Scrapbookers, so that gives me more options. This one with the little circles, oh, and the green arrows. I kind of like the green arrows. What if we did something like this? With the green arrows, and then make a bar of this and put our other pictures on there. Okay, that could work. Some of these are just too busy to want to use, certainly as a background. I could try this one as the background. I don't love this, using this as a background, because it is pretty, it's directional, so it's not like I can just rotate it easily. And then we get that same thing. You know, I don't like that it's the same, but I don't know that I can turn. I mean, I guess I could turn. Yeah, I don't think so. So I don't think I want to use this one. I do really like that water side. So let's try it right now with this green. Because this at the bottom, these are just going to be it's going to cover the whole paper, because these are 3 4x6 photos. So it's just going to be the whole base, and then some kind of a border. I think I'll put that one up there. I talked to you before about how this spot is kind of the focal point, because they're looking at the camera, and this is just the picture that Michelle took of us through the, you know, from the back seat. I'm going to trim these down so I can put these kind of cut. Obviously we wore masks for part of the time and not all of the time. I don't know what we decided, but I know that on this trip, my husband, spoiler alert, my husband does come home from this trip with COVID. So it was in May of 2022. We were vaccinated. We thought it would be safe, but apparently we should have worn masks on the plane. Oh, I love this yellow too. I like that, and then I need something in here. Oh, I've got these little tickets, the little airplane tickets, and the arrows. I kind of like both of those. Maybe I do the arrows at the top and then the airplane tickets in between. And then, actually, I kind of want to cut this down. I think I did this last week where I left a little border. I want to cut this down so you can see that it's sitting on top. Yeah, let's use 2 sets. Let's be wild and crazy and use 2 sets of border stickers. I don't usually use 2 sets, but I often don't use any. Okay, so these are 5 1/4 inch pictures. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut this at 6 inches. And I've noticed that Megan Jacks, when she lines up to cut at 6, she doesn't put it up against the top. She puts it down here. And I'm wondering if that's going to help me cut a little straighter, because I don't always get this completely straight. So I'm going to cut this way. No, I wish this didn't have, I think I want to cut one of these off now because that way I have just one green line on either side. I didn't think about that. So I'm cutting it at, I don't know what I'm cutting at. Whatever this is in the middle. Yeah, I think I like that better with this. And it still fits. My picture still fits. And Alex always makes funny faces. He's his father's son. And then I'm going to take a 1/2 inch off here so that I have that 1/4 inch border top and bottom. Darn it, I just saw the other stickers, which are the little airplanes and the globes. And I like all of them. I wonder if I could get away with 3 sets of borders. I don't think I can. Let's cut these apart. All right, as I was cutting the other 2 apart, I realized that if you peel the backing off first, it's a lot faster to cut it because you don't have to cut through any of that sticker stuff. You can just do kind of the Christmas gift wrappy thing where you can just slide your scissors. So that was a lot faster. I didn't do that for this one, but can I get away with 3? I mean, these I can easily cut down. So I think I like the arrows at the top. And actually peeling off the backing gives you a better visual of what the sticker is going to look like. So if you look at this one, the arrows are not as like puffy. Well, you can't really see, the color's too dark, but anyway, I feel like you get a better visual of what you're going to get. And if you don't use them, you can still stick this back in your, in your bin. But if I did arrows at the top, and then the planes in the middle, and these stickers on the bottom. I think that could work. And not only will it let me use these stickers that I haven't used before, I don't usually use a whole sheet of stickers on one page, but I kind of like it for this. And I may cut these so they don't go under here. I might find a way to like make them end more appropriately, but I think I'm going to do that. And so throw this away. I think that if I do that, then that makes this a very quick and easy layout. I don't have to do much else because I'll have this as all my decorating and embellishing. So yeah, these I don't think I can crop these. All of them except this one I could crop, but because I want this one to be this height, I want them all to be the same height. So I think I'm going to start at the bottom and build my layout from the bottom up with these little ticket stickers. Just barely, like a 1/16 of an inch from the bottom. And it looks like they still hang off just a smidge off the edges. Well, no, that edge they were on. That edge they went off because apparently I didn't center it just right. But I'm just, because this is the middle, going to trim that off. Once you put the stickers down and then try to peel it off, it kind of makes a mess. So then this, I'll put these pictures. I could possibly trim these this way a little bit to leave a gap if I wanted to. Yeah, maybe I will do that. See how it left a little mark. I think I'm going to cut a 1/4 of an inch off each of these pictures. Oh no, I cut my water bottle out of the picture. My beloved Owala bottle tucked in the seat back. And then I'll cut. This one is kind of centered, so I'm going to cut this at an 1/8 inch on this side and an 1/8 inch on this side. And only because these words are centered. This one isn't centered, so I can just cut right there. so then I can put this with a little space. I probably shouldn't stick this guy down until I get these all positioned, because I have more space than I thought I would between pictures. Oh, and I can rest it on this this little arrow. There's a line, and so if I rest it on there, then that helps me know that my pictures are straight. Okay, I'm going to pull this out with a little extra. Actually, I think I'll do the inside and the outside first, and then that makes it easier to center the middle. All right, there's my bottom pictures, and then these I'm going to crop, and I'd like to crop them down. Oh, could I crop them to 3x4s? That would, oh, I mean, I guess I want them to be 4 inches in any case. 4. Three by 4. Do I cut Alex out of the picture? We'll see. A little bit of Alex got cut out. I know that there are people who on purpose print their pictures 3x4, and you know, that's great, but when I print so many pictures and I print for the whole trip at once, I don't always think about that. These two, this one right here, is there going to be space to do this at the top? I think there is. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put do the top one first and then leave the spacing for the end. And I'm going to touch this so that the edge of the sticker is actually touching the top of the paper all the way to the tippy top. And then I put these here. This is going to have to go over a little bit over onto here. It's going to kind of tie those two together, but I think I'm going to like it, except I think I want to do these a little off kilter, just to keep it from being too many lines. And that way the sticker will cover up this little bit of grocery bag. And I'm going to have to figure out a way to write some journaling. I'm a big fan of journaling. Actually, I think maybe I want to mat this, and maybe I want to use the yellow, which is this piece. And I would like to be able to mat these two in yellow too, but if I mat this at 4 1/4, I'll have to trim those down. I don't want to cut these down because I want to keep this little gate sign, because that's going to make me remember that it's the Huntsville Airport. Just do a little. Four and a quarter. 5 1/2. Yeah, see, that's not quite centered. It's not quite 5 1/2. It's like 5 and whatever that is. Those aren't even 8ths, they're 16ths. They're 7/16, and that's an obnoxious number. But I'm gonna use that right there. Maybe this can even go up over the arrow. We'll see. And then Oh, those are already stuck down, so I'll just put this right under the arrow because this can go right along there. And I broke my rule and I left my trimmer sitting like this. Don't do that. I think actually I am going to push this up just a little bit. So again, it's touching those arrows. And then we'll use the grid to make sure that my little globes and airplanes are straight. And maybe I want this to tuck behind that photo actually. But I definitely want the planes to be going in that direction, moving forward. I think it's okay on top of the mat. No, I think I want the mat to go over the top. Yeah, I like it better with the mat over the top. It's hard though, because you know we want to show off our cute stickers and everything, but for this one I think I want the mat over the top. And then we're just going to duplicate on this page. And I think I am going to go ahead and put these all the way across because this, how am I going to like that on top of that? Maybe I don't. Maybe I, or maybe I cut this to fit in between those mats because I got lots of space. All right, I'm going to do this one the same, like just that little 1/16 of an inch. And I kind of like how this side didn't have the little jaggedy edge, but the other side does. So I think I'm going to do the exact same thing and just put those little pieces, the little perforated looking pieces off the edge. And then this stays on the edge right here, and I'll trim these off so that the middle has a clean cut edge. And then the outside has the little perforated tickety edge. Okay, and we'll put him right here. And I'm not going to trim any width off this because I don't need to, because I'm just putting one. But I do like that I left the green showing, because sometimes, especially with all these stickers, you hardly even see the background paper. But because it's exact same paper, I can also still use that little arrow to measure. How do I want this? This is touching that top arrow, but it has a mat. So I think I'm just going to kind of center it. Right about there. And then we'll do the arrows. Again with the point touching the top. And I'm pleased with this. I mean, it's going really nicely and it's going fast. I'm liking the fast part of this. I think this one, maybe I will not go all the way to the edge. I'll put this right here. And I think I'm going to cut this down so it's centered between these borders. And then this piece, I'm going to go right to this little airplane right here. And it's just going to go right in that spot. So it will start here, but it's going to end at this little mat piece. However, it's going to be a little trickier to get this on straight, but I'll use the arrows on my paper. Little tiny piece I want to trim off. Okay, that's better. All right, and now this one, I'm going to cut an 1.5 inches off the bottom. And so that still makes this 10 inches because I already had cut 1/2 inch off. But my pictures are 4 by whatever they are, 4 by 5.25. And then let's put these right here. Maybe I'll put this down like this and leave some space at the top. Oh, let's see. Let's look at the other stickers. I could use Just Landed right here with Mickey. Are we there yet? Could go up here. That would be cute. That looks like the kind of thing that Alex would say. Oh, Up and Away would be cute. Maybe I could put that. I don't know where I could put that. Up there. But then I got all my things at the top. I'm going to journal in this space. It's going to be skinny. I've already used all my airplanes. Wonder if there are airplanes in the embellishments. Oh, look, I've got all sorts of stuff. It's one of the nice things about being a CM advisor, doing things like Savvy Scrapbookers, is I end up with multiples of everything. Oh, these little airplanes are cute too. And I got these that came with the passport, or the postage stamp punch. I could maybe use one of these as a journal box. But I do think I like the Are We There Yet for Alex right there. And Up and Away somehow. Maybe right here. I need something. Oh, I guess if I have that right there. I don't usually put stickers on my pictures, but I think for just Alex making that goofy face, it needs to happen. So this is an interesting stripe paper because it is vertical. If you were to turn it on its side, these cars would be standing up on their noses. And so I do recommend that you use this paper, the stripe vertically, which is kind of too bad because sometimes a horizontal stripe is nice, but I wish I remembered exactly what my my flight information was. You know, I usually keep a trip journal when we travel, and I'm sure that I did this time because I know I'm going to scrapbook it later, but it didn't get put in my memorabilia box, and so I don't know where it is. I've had like a big journal that multiple trips I kept notes in, but I used to be so much scrapbooking, I was so much more caught up. Like I would not be scrapbooking 2022 and 2025. I was usually scrapbooking about a year ahead. And I'm going out of order. Like I completely skipped over. We had a Christmas Disneyland trip in 2020 and or Disney World, and then I have all sorts of other stuff. I used to be really good. I used to make myself work in order because I didn't want to just skip ahead and do the fun things. But all right, I think I'm going to try and use one of these journal boxes. I like these, but I don't love that it has these kind of location, date, best part on it. Oh, this one's travel itinerary, but it says day 1, day 2, day 3. If they would have just left it blank, like this, Life is Good, I could maybe use that. That could work right there. If I can fit my journaling on there, that's going to be the trick. And then all these pieces that are already cut. Oh, look, an airplane. I have an airplane die cut. That would be fun. Here's the Are We There Yet? And cut it out. Again, I'll peel this outside off. So this is a lot of stickers on this page, but I gotta admit, it's making it go fast. Okay, Alex is gonna get a kick out of that. I'm sure he's gonna like that that's there. Oh, Let's Go is fun. Put that right there. And put this down here, I suppose, with the journaling. Are we there yet? The airplane kind of gets lost though, doesn't it? That airplane kind of disappearing. And I wish I had the clouds. A little globe. What do I want to say? We flew out early. We flew out of Huntsville early, whatever morning that was, the 15th. I'll have to look that up. We flew out early in the morning of the 15th, of May 15th, and had time to grab breakfast in Atlanta before our connecting flight. Then Katie picked us up. That's more than I can fit on here, which is the downside to some of these journal boxes. I wish I had some paper that was kind of this cream color. We just came out with some write-on strips that are cream colored. That can go right there. Got lots of airplanes. I think maybe I can leave that off. I'll put the Are We There Yet? Let's Go right here. Maybe we'll call that, we'll call this page Let's Go. Sorry. I do try to stay on screen for you. Do I have a cream colored paper that matches this in my stash? Creative Memories does not currently have a paper, but I have all the papers. All right, I found this paper. It's called Natural. It was from February of 2018. And look how close that is. So that's what I'm going to use for right here. Just a little skinny journal box. I can cover up some of this. I don't mind if I cover up some of that. So if we go to about a 2.5 inch journal box. And I think I only have a bright green pen. I wish I had kind of this olive green, but I don't think I do. So I think I'm going to use navy. And I might use one of these stickers on here on my journal box. Oh, I could use them on here. That would be kind of cute to put them on that border. Nope. Okay, let me journal, and it can't take all this space, but I can have up to this much space if I need it. All right, journaling done. Actually haven't decided yet where I'm going to put it. If I want to put it up here, down here, I think I will put it up here. No, I think I'm going to put it right here so it lines up with the bottom of this. It does cover up a couple of these little things at the airport, and that is okay. All right, so I'm going to put this Let's Go tag. Oops, off the edge. I moved it while I was journaling. Let's go. I probably need to do something about the little, Michelle's little Mickey. I need to write something about that. Where is the, are we there yet? This is definitely going on a foam square. A couple of foam squares. I do wish I knew where my no stick powder was. So this weekend's a holiday weekend. I don't have any events. I toyed with the idea of having a 4th of July in-person crop, but it would have to be on the actual 4th of July, and I don't really want to do that. So instead, I'm going to celebrate my independence from not being able to find anything and hopefully get a little organized. So it's, you know, wishful thinking, but a girl can dream, right? So, okay, so here's the, oh, he's gonna love it. You guys, if you don't know Alex, but he will love that I use that sticker right by him. And it fills in this otherwise kind of empty space on this picture of the roof of the car. Are we there yet? Okay. So I've got that Let's Go. I've got this journal box. I need something up here. Oh, I was going to use the Up and Away. I'll put that right up there. And again on foam squares. I'll put a big one in the middle and some little ones on the outside. How many foam squares do you use? Are you foam square users? Do you put a lot, or do you just kind of put one and figure that's good enough? Like, I'm looking at this thinking I need to have stuff on the 2 outsides, so I'm gonna cut 2 little strips. Oh, it's a problem. I know it's a problem. Okay, there we go. So nothing will squish down. Okay, do I put it right here? I put it up here. Well, this is already there, so this needs to be either up here or up there. If I put it on foam squares, I don't really want to put it in the middle. I think I'll put it right up here. And that's not really clustering. I know that people are, you know, clustering's the thing, but I'm not great at the clustering. Because I don't know what else I need. Oh, I could use those little airplanes. So the only way I really know how to get into this guy is just to cut it open. And I don't like the, I'm just gonna cut it like that. I don't like the really thick, hard gems. But these little epoxy guys, I like okay. I think I'm gonna put the little globe right there behind it, Up and Away. And I do think I wanna put some of these little airplane gems kind of right on the sticker gems. They're not exactly the right size. That's too bad. But I've got 5 of them. I'll put one right here, and then if I do 1, 1, and 1, let's put them in the kind of the color order. Yeah, I kind of like it with those little epoxies on there. It adds just a little something. And I think that's done. I think I like it. It was relatively fast. I mean, I used all the, I used lots of stickers, more stickers on this layout than most of my layouts. Definitely an advantage to using a collection that that I have all the pieces to. But yeah, no title again, unless we call Let's Go. You know, I think maybe I want to put Let's Go on foam squares too, because it is on the outside. And when my book gets done, it always kind of seems to be skinnier at the outside edges. One of the reasons I like the Creative Memories, the regular album pages with the jeeping, because it gives a little bit of thickness and depth to those outside edges. Yeah, I got to do it. Ugh. I wish we still had the foam tape, and I think I have some somewhere, but again, that scrapbook room redo project got put on hold, so some of my stuff is still stashed away, and I've only brought out things as I've needed them. All right, so this, we're gonna go right here. Let's go. Oh yeah, I like it better on the foam squares already. Okay, so there we go. This is layout number 3 for our Theme Park Thursday, Series 2. We're going to call this one Let's Go, and using Passport to Adventure. We'll turn off the lights. No, one of the lights is on, the overhead light's on. But I like how it turned out. I'm glad that I didn't... there we go. I'm glad that I didn't try to combine this with last week's layout. I think that would have been too much. But I'm happy with it. I like that there's actually kind of this just visual, like nothing, that I didn't fill that up with stuff. My inclination was, of course, as you know, if you know me, to fill that up with a little bit of, something, but I love the Are We There Yet? So, all right, we'll see you next week. Hopefully I'll be a little bit more organized after another holiday weekend to devote to my own scrapbook space and not anything over at my studio. And we'll finally be, well, we're not going to actually get to Disneyland yet because we got to our hotel and then we went and ate dinner at a place called Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. So lunch dinner. So we've got some chicken and waffles next week, which will be a fun layout to do. And we're still not to Disney, but we'll get there. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week.